Love is a beautiful thing. If you have a lover who loves you, be you. And love is a wonderful thing. If you have a lover who won't visit her. Poti mamuna inera kunde, na kazi ya inera vere. Poti zotere siku limousines a day.
Hey guys, and welcome back. Today I want to show you guys how you can decorate your living room or living space in a very basic way, but something that I find keeps your house clean and fun for a really long time. I have had this furniture for over 2 years, so I'm always trying to make sure it's fresh, keep it updated, keep it clean, and I want to share with you how I keep some of my stuff fresh. So everything that you can see in this living room, I think 90%, let's not say everything, 90% of the stuff you see in this living room was made by me 2 years or so ago. So the couch and cushions, well, I got the fleece blankets and I got the pillows. I made the pillows, but I had everything tailored by somebody else. So I want to share with you how you keep your house fresh. So this is one of my tips, because it's a lot of palettes and they're white in color. And because of the touching and putting food on them, I mean, I do have placemats, but sometimes stuff does spill over. So I try to make sure everything is clean and redo it every so often. And I wish I had taken a video, but I was just trying it on and I really loved it. I was repainting this from the ugly brown color. I painted them white first, and then now we're silver. So you can see there's some silver in my nails as well because it doesn't wash off yet. But yeah, I painted this yesterday. I really love it. It's a really great touch for the little cup holders. So I'm going to show you that home decor is the one thing that I really enjoy. When I first moved out, when I was living by myself, my mom told me that you need to find things that you enjoy doing by yourself. So decorating the home for me is that I get to think, I get to work through my thoughts, plan my business ideas while I work slowly through whatever I'm doing. So I'm going to show you me repainting my table today and just rearranging everything, and then maybe I'll get to talk about a little bit of everything that's here and possibly where you can get it or how you can make it. Alright, let's begin. Okay, so this paint was left over from when I got the walls repainted. So when I moved in, the walls were not the color that I prefer, I guess. This was cream. It had much color, I don't know why. But the living room was cream. My bedroom had an ugly green color, and the other room had a purple color. And I'm just not a fan of color on walls. I prefer white, so I got a painter. I asked my landlord for permission, and we got to painting. So I want to show you guys something. I got this yesterday. There was another one. I put it in the kitchen, but I got this yesterday. It's a bit wet here, but anyway, just get to see how pretty it is. So, well, I got it in game, and it said it's a chopping board, a glass chopping board. I got another one that's very similar from Pound Stretcher, but it has words home written on it. I didn't like that one as much, so I ended up putting it in the kitchen because I figured that will work better as a chopping board. Because of the print and all that, I think that goes really well as my centerpiece because there's kind of no glass over there, and I prefer it that way. So yeah, I really love it, and I wanted to show you guys that it was available in game and it was on a really good offer, 5,000 baht. That was so amazing, and yeah, I really love it. Anyway, let's get to it. And you can get this paint ABC from game too, and the brushes too, so everything you can get easily in game. I'm gonna move this a little bit so I can move this out. So this is my chalk tray. I always have chocolate in my house because I figure people really love it. So whenever my boyfriend brings me chocolate when he travels, I'll stock it up in there and eat it whenever I want to. Are you serious? I broke a nail. Imagine that.
Love is a beautiful thing. If you have a lover who loves you, be you. Wow. Poti mamuna inera kunde, na kazi ya inera vere. potizo tere siza tsiku limozi nza deire kuyamikirana deire kupempererana zikafuta ndikumamvetsetana padeire mpaka tsiku la ukwate tsiku ndizalondo poti kukonzana kwa deire
Okay, so I'm waiting for some of the paint to dry. So as I'm doing that, I'm trying to check out some of my favorite YouTubers. So please let me know in the comments down below who your favorite YouTubers are. And mine, off the top of my head, I'm gonna have to go with Sharon Mundia from Kenya. That's for lifestyle in general. I think she's inspired me for so many years. There is Joy Candy as well for more travel and lifestyle, fashion, beauty. She really does that also well, and I love how she has mastered how to be private with her life. Then there is the Chic Natural for hair. I think I went to natural because of her actually. Well, now I'm no longer natural because I'm developing some sister locks, but I went natural because of the Chic Natural because of how fun her hair was and I wanted to try it out. And then there's Charlie B. and Young. I love that she's Nigerian but also British. Well, she reminds me that she's African in some ways. I love her lifestyle and how easygoing she is. I'm trying to see who else I love on YouTube. I think I'll stick to those, is it 3 or 4? 4 for now. Yeah, those are the people that I really do follow their content consistently. I love how they share the content and they inspire me. So I'm gonna catch up with some Shirley as I wait on that. I watched this like years ago, but I want to watch it again because her vlog for her studio apartment was just so cute and she made me want to have a studio. Oh yeah,
I got from the sky.
You can see I was already watching
Peace and love range.
mpaka tsiku la ukwate tsiku ndizalondo poti kukonzana kwa.
Since the paint is drying, I figured I could talk about a little bit of what we have here. So maybe let me just put the paint brushes a bit away and start from the palettes. Where did I get the palettes? I bought them from somebody who sells woodwork. So you can just ask around for somebody who sells pallets. When I got this, I believe it must have been 2,000 kwacha per pallet, which is about $3 each, which was very affordable considering I was trying to do something very cheap. So I got about 10 of them, which costed me, I don't know, maybe it was more than 10 because it was somewhere between 30 and 40,000 kwacha for everything. Although the other cost was transporting them from where they were to my home as well. So yeah, that costed me about 40,000 kwacha. I brought them home. And next was now smoothing the wood because it wasn't as smooth. So I got a carpenter and I asked him how can we do it. So he came home and he was teaching me how to do it. So we smoothed it with that. I don't know, what's the tool? I'm going to try to find a picture and maybe slide it of what it looks like. So we used that and really smooth the surface and try to do what we could. It's not as smooth as would have preferred, but we tried and we did a good job with that. And then next was painting. For painting, he went and bought his paint. I wish I hadn't allowed him to do that because he was buying this little 500 milliliter bottle, which I believe was coming out of that, and he was charging me so much money. I don't know if it was him or wherever he was buying it so much more expensive. This is way more affordable. So he was bringing that. He bought maybe like 4 or 5 bottles, and they weren't even enough. Like we painted this white, but it was very white. It was like, because it was the first coat or 2. We did about 2 coats the first time. So it wasn't as smooth as I would have preferred. So we painted that was done, and that was the hammering time. So I had to decide how I wanted the back to go. So I decided on the back that I would have it on both sides with something to lean on. So now it was, this side is shorter and this side is longer. So then was deciding what goes here and what kind of cushions go there as well. I decided to put it back, so I cut some of the pallets and put them together, and that's what you can, well you can't see it, but it's behind the cushions. And then after I was done with the base, I thought of I need a table, so we worked around the table as well. So I think we did 2 pallets, but also cut them up and reassembled it because it had to be smaller. So we worked on the table, and after I was done with that, now it was cushioned. What colors did I want? I had to decide what colors I wanted for my house, and I always knew that I wanted a bit of turquoise in my house. But now I had to decide, and I thought about one in gray colors and very dull and white. So I went to ask people where I could get material, and I went to a shop in town, and I'd seen this one, like people making couches and what do you call that, Jesse. So I liked the print. I wanted something that was more neutral and maybe looked nicer. So this was what I opted for. It was very basic and it was quite thick. It's a very thick material. It felt like a couch because everything else I'd seen was cotton and I didn't want cotton, so I wanted this particular material, and we got that. Other people think it looks too basic, but that's what I love about it. It feels normal and expected. And then, oh yeah, the material was hella expensive, but at the time I couldn't afford to buy it for like the back and let me show you. Back and it's not gonna come out. Okay, the back and the front. So the back of the pillows has this material, and then the front has this. So I balanced that out and got some material from that is thicker, and then some of that is not thicker. So now next was the cushions. What do we do with that? So I went to a shop that sells mattresses, and we got the I could have gone for thicker if I could afford it, but at the time I couldn't. So I went for not too thin, but also not too thick. And I think I don't mind this thickness because it's quite soft. I don't think it's not soft enough. It's quite soft. So yeah, I got 2 mattresses to be precise. 2 mattresses, and I brought them here. So this here is 1 mattress, and this here is 1 mattress, but I measured it precisely. So what was left were those 2 bits from that 1 mattress. So even though those 2 were left, I almost threw them out, but I thought maybe I can do something with it. So I put them aside for a bit, and then what was next? It was pillows. Well, this is standard size pillows, so I had a couple of them. I made the pillowcases for that, and the big one, this one my mom gave to me. She thought I would use it on my bed or something. I put it here. I didn't have the second one, so I made the second one. And now they were here, and I've always loved small pillows. So what was I using this material for? I'm trying to remember. Actually, I think I bought it specifically just for the pillowcases, to add that dash of turquoise to this. So yeah, there are other turquoise pillows which are in the other room that used to be here, but I figured they fit better there. And then I only left this here. After I was done with that, after I was done with everything, I had now a strip of clothing that was left, that was from this material, this thicker one. So I wanted to put it somewhere, and one of my worries is stubbing my toes. I really dislike stubbing my toes. So I thought of how I could put cushion around the bottom. So I asked the guy who was making the couch to put like wood on the bottom of like my couch. So he did put the wood, and then I also had some, I went and got a very thin mattress, like it's about 1 inch or 2 inches. I used that and I cut it into strips. So I cut this material, the one that was left, into strips, and then I also cut the mattress into like the exact same size of strips. I went to the tailor. The tailor must have been thinking I'm mad asking for all these things. But anyway, we made that strip, and I was like, I'll see where it can fit. Wherever it ends there. And I kid you not, this stuff fit perfectly and like just fit seamlessly. So I came back with that, and I went around from like the side, hammering it all in to the other side, and then I was left with some, and I went over the top as well. So it's like the material, but it's also very soft, so you kind of can lean on that and you don't feel it's too hard. And what I was left now was I was also still left with some, and I measured, and I went around the table, and I realized that it was enough to go around the table as well. So we went around, and I'm trying to see like, I actually don't even remember how we got this on here. It's so well done, I don't know where it like joins each other. Oh yeah, it's this corner that's where the adjoining is. Yeah, so we did that. And that's how this couch came to be. So this table, because it's in the center and because it gets stained often because it's central and it's always being used, that's what is always being repainted. The couch gets repainted maybe once a year. Oh, I did forget this. These are really cute as well. So I'm very particular about this color, and I always try to get it perfectly correct. So I got this while just walking around, and whenever I see something that's this color, I'm always tempted to buy it and see how it can go into my setup. So it did fit my setup, and I went with it. And over the couch, I've always had this painting. So it's a really gorgeous painting but it used to feel kind of out of place because it was the only color thing out of the black, white, gray, turquoise theme that I had going on. So I wanted it to have a friend, and that's how I got the plant. I got the plant very recently. I tried to keep a plant. I kept killing them. I'm going to try again. But this was a fake plant that I really love. It adds a pop of color. It doesn't look fake. It doesn't look too fake anyway. So if somebody comes in and let's say really, really staring, they can actually just feel it being wholesome. Okay, so since I'm already repainting this, I figured I would also just go ahead and repaint the TV stand that I have here. That I also made myself. So I realized I may as well talk about it. So
love is a beautiful thing. If you have a lover who loves you, be you. And love is a wonderful thing. If you have a lover who converts poti mamuna inera konde na kazi ya inera mbere poti zotere siza siku limozi nza deire kuyamikirana.
I was trying to paint, let's go here, can you see that? I was trying to paint it white, and the white is just really, really bland, like you don't really see anything special about that. But the silver, okay, let's see. I personally like the silver. I think it's got a pop, it's fun. So I think I'm going with silver for every single thing that is basket in my house, and let's see how that comes out. This is a one of the reasons I was able to paint this stuff in here is because you notice that I painted some stuff in here and then I painted other stuff outside. Because inside here I was using water paint. So water paint washes away as long as you put some good water and perhaps soap on it. So this is me scrubbing my floor and scrubbing the paint plus the dirt away.
You are the one in a million, a million, a million. You are the one in a million, a million, a million. Love is a beautiful thing. If you have a lover who loves you, be you. And love is a wonderful thing. If you have a lover who converts poti mamuna inera konde na kazi ya inera mbere poti zotere siza siku limozi nza deire kuyamikirana deire kubepererana zikafuta nikumavesitana deire mpaka tekula ukwa deire sekundi za londo deire poti kukontana kwa deire mpaka tekula ukwa deire sekundi za londo deire poti kukontana kwa deire za deire etinzedi zopanda tuti. When I say I love you, baby, za deire tikale bangalo ope over tibale bana ope over azayende ope over deire.
Okay, I hope you learned something new. I hope you found the information helpful. So this took me 5 hours. I think it's about 2 now. So I started painting around 8. I'm not sure of the time because I wasn't checking the time, but I know that I started shooting around 7, but I may have started painting a bit later. So it took about 5 to 7 hours to dry, but now it's completely dry, and I spray painted these mats, the basket under, the other baskets. So I hope you learned something, and I'm still trying to find my space in vlogging. I'm trying to do more of what I love and give you what you love as well. So let me know the videos that you like. If you like this one, give it a thumbs up so I know what you like and bring it more. Subscribe so you can get the notifications. I'll be seeing you pretty soon.
And love is a wonderful thing. If you have a lover, go visit her. Poti mamuna inera konde, na kazi ya inera mbere. Poti zotere siza siku limousine za deire.